See, I feel this in my erectoris bacteris thickeris muscle, which is that muscle that is being used to lift this, the thickeris bacteris muscle. That's the scientific term.
Good morning, everybody. It is day 50 of the suffering. It's Monday morning of week 8. I am fresh out of bed and I am tired today. Holy crap, man. I'm feeling some kind of way this morning. Training our chest this morning. Man, no excuses. Regardless of how I feel, no excuses. The weights are feeling heavy this morning because I'm incredibly tired. And then I kind of caught myself feeling sorry for myself. Just like, oh, you're tired, it's okay. Oh, you should go back to sleep. Oh, you probably should have slept in this morning. You're just feeling worn out, it's okay. I'm like, no, that's the wrong mindset. I caught myself. I'm like, knock it off. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. This is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be miserable. It's called the suffering. Waking up at 5 a.m. to do cardio and work out. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be something that no one else wants to do. And if you feel the way you feel right now, that means it's working. Because you're tired. You're suffering. You're exhausted. You're worn out. You're beat up from the weekend. And now you want to sit here and all boo-hoo. Wake up. Get over yourself. No one else is going to feel sorry for you. No one else is going to feel bad for you. No one else is going to cry for you and have sympathy for you. You wanted this. You decided this. You're the one who's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something hard. I'm going to do something difficult. I'm going to do something that makes me miserable, and I'm going to do something that's going to cause me to suffer. Well, this is what you wanted, and this is what you're getting. Yeah, it's hard, and it's heavy, and it's difficult, and it doesn't feel good this morning, and you're beat up, and your allergies are kicking, but you know what? It's just part of it, man. It's just part of it. What are you expecting? No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to help you. No one. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to lift it for you. No one's going to pick it up for you. No one's going to do anything for you if you don't do it yourself. And if you want the results, you better put the work in. Oh, I just made myself mad. Feeling tired and feeling sorry for myself. Like, what is that? What is that? Self-sympathy? Self-pity? You don't get nothing out of that. You're not going to grow from that. You're not going to get results from that. You're not going to get abs for that. You're going to get nothing out of that. Nothing. I'm going to hit this with a rest pause. Okay, one more rest pause. Okay, feel better now. The only downside about training in the mornings, besides waking up fresh out of bed and being tired, is not being able to get a pump. Like, it just seems like I can't get a pump in the mornings. And if I do, it's not a very big pump. It's not a very big pump, and it does not last very long, which is fine. You don't need a pump to grow. It's not an indication of growth. It just feels really good to get one. Just makes it feel like your hard work is paying off and you're accomplishing something, you know. It's okay. I know I look my worst in the mornings. I look flat and fat. But that's why we're in here. That's why we do this. Okay, gonna hit this with a drop set. Do the rest pause on the other one. Do a drop set on this one. Oh, let's continue this set. Okay, gonna do another drop. That'll be it. Just do 2 drops on this one. Ooh. Oh, that felt good. I felt burning in my upper middle chest. That whole entire set, man, that felt really good. I'll tell you what's better than a cup of coffee in the morning. That is a cup of rage. I made myself so mad, I woke right up. It was a big adrenaline dump, waking up, feeling tired and sorry for yourself, and because you're tired, and then be like, yeah, no kidding, it's tired and it's hard. And this is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hard, it's supposed to be tiring, it's supposed to be aggressive. That's how you're gonna get the best results. Willing to go through this type of suffering. Right or wrong, I don't care. I feel like it's worth it. And that's part of it. You're gonna feel flat and skinny and deflated like I do. You're gonna feel like you're losing all your muscle like I do. You're gonna have days where you're questioning why you're even doing it. You know, days you question why, like, what's the point? But when you're not hungry no more and you're not dieting like this and you get to start reducing your cardio and start increasing your food and you feel better and have more energy and you're getting more sleep, you'll remember, oh yeah, I'm glad I went through all that. Oh, the payoff was worth it. That is, if you don't recess back and go back to your old ways and become skinny or fat or lazy or whatever it is that you were before this. People say, listen to your body. Well, yeah. If you have like a cramp or something bothering you, like muscle fatigue or something hurting you, but like, listen to your body, man. The body's lazy. It doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to be uncomfortable. It doesn't want to be in pain. It doesn't want to be sore. The body wants to be comfortable. It wants to be relaxing. It wants to be in a peaceful state. It doesn't want this. The mind wants this. The body fights against it. Oh. Oh, come on. All right, that's it for the workout. Let's see if we even got a pump. A little bit of a pump this morning. It's a little bit of a pump. Man, my arms just look so small. Oh wait, they don't look small. They are small. That's the problem. It's not that they look small, it's that they are small. It's okay. We're working on it. We're working on it. Let's go eat. I am on my 9 o'clock break. I just got done eating my first chicken and rice meal, so I'm doing my walk. As usual, guys, every day there's the same old thing. There are slight differences from day to day, but for the most part, it's the same old thing. Like, I get asked, like, what about sustainability, or what about when you're done with the diet, or what are you planning on doing after this? This isn't maintainable. Questions like that. And no, this type of eating, well, actually it is sustainable. You just have to, like, pretty much dedicate your life to eating this way and never going out to eat ever again. And if you can avoid public settings and going out to eat and doing stuff like that, you can maintain this the rest of your life. It's kind of possible. The food's available and it's there. But for our modern lifestyles, no, it's not. So when I get done with this in July, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a cheat meal once a week, and I'm going to bring sodium back in. And I'm going to go into a maintenance diet where I keep my calories the same. I've already reduced the cardio, so that's no longer an issue, because I was going to reduce cardio, and that's no longer going to be a need, because I'm going to do 5 minutes of cardio in the morning. I'm going to do 10 minutes of cardio in the evening, regardless if I'm going to cut or not, because it's just good for your heart. But I am going to change out the chicken to red meat. I'm going to eat the same amounts. I'm just going to change out the chicken for red meat, and then I'm going to add jasmine rice in instead of brown rice, and then I'm going to put beef stock in. That alone, keeping the exact same measurements I do now, just changing up the meat source and the rice, the carb source, adding sodium back in, I'm going to gain some weight from that alone. I'm going to run that for probably about 2 to 4 weeks and let my body level out. Get used to the sodium, get used to the red meat, get used to the jasmine rice. So I'll continue training the way I'm training, and I'll continue getting the exact same calories I'm getting now. The only difference is I'm going to have a cheat meal on Sunday. Then I'm going to be getting sodium and red meat and jasmine rice instead of brown rice, boiled chicken, and no seasoning. And then after that, I'm going to start bulking. And what do I mean by bulking? Well, I'm going to increase my protein to probably about 50 grams a day. See what that does. And then 2-3 weeks, probably bump my carbs up, maybe 50 grams per day. See what that does. And then 2-3 weeks, bump my protein up again. And I'm going to keep on doing this until I'm either putting muscle mass on, or I feel like, okay, this is a good amount of calories here. I don't need to add no more, because I don't want to put any unnecessary fat on. I know I'm going to put fat on whenever I do this, but I don't want to put an unnecessary amount of fat on. So I'm going to do a maintenance for about 2 to 4 weeks, and I'll do this increased calorie thing for maybe 2 to 3 months without trying to go overboard with the calories. Then I'm going to go back into a very aggressive cut, having more muscle mass and less body fat than I did starting this cut. So I'm basically going to cut for 3 months, maintenance for a month, bulk for 2 months, maybe 3 months, and then maintenance for maybe a month, go back into a cut for 3 months. So I'm going to wave in cycles. 3 months of cutting, a month of maintenance ish, roughly, give or take a week or two, and then 2 to 3 months of bulking, and then so on. So it's going to be waves: bulking, cutting, flattening out, bulking, cutting, flattening out, bulking, cutting, flattening out. And that's what I'm going to do for the next, hopefully, a couple years. I'm going to do it in waves, because every single cut I'll get leaner and I'll get harder, and every bulk I'll put on a little bit more muscle mass. And then doing this over and over again, time and time again, that's how you progress and get better. You can't diet forever, and you can't bulk forever, because you're just either going to get very scrawny and skinny, or you're going to get very fat. And they say, well, you could do main gaining.
where you don't bulk and you don't cut, you just stay the same all year. But realistically, you're not going to make major progress doing that. If you're just trying to live a healthy lifestyle, yeah. But if you're trying to bodybuild and put serious size on and be notably different every single time, you're going to have to bulk and you're going to have to cut. It's just the way it is. Right or wrong, that's just what I believe. Okay, I'm going to finish up this walk. It is 12 o'clock. Time for my second chicken and rice meal of the day. Oh, I guess that first one was so delicious. I'm gonna follow up with a second one and a third one. Like I said earlier, the whole thing about people saying, oh, it's not sustainable and stuff like that. I agree. Don't get me wrong. Take this for what it is. It's just me running my mouth. People say like, oh, that's not sustainable. You can't eat that forever. Well, you could if you really wanted to, because it's not like it's not available. I mean, it's available. It's there. It's 100% available, and it's at my disposal. And I have the money to buy it, and I have the time to cook it, and I have the will to eat it. So technically, if I really wanted to prove a point, I could eat this for a long time. Years if I wanted to. Nothing else but do this diet for many years. Go get my blood work done, make sure I don't have any deficiencies. If I do, take a multivitamin or figure out what I might need to add to be able to bring that deficiency up through food instead of through supplementation. But to prove a point, I could be like, I'm just going to keep eating this and I'll start taking the supplement to create my deficiency. I'm not going to, because I don't want to be restricted to never getting to go out to eat or never getting to go like enjoy myself or go do stuff with my kids or my wife or go on dates and out to eat. But just when people say like you can't do that, well, you can. There's a girl out there that eats nothing but like french fries and potatoes, and that's all she ever eats, and she's addicted to this stuff. Like that's like the only thing she'll ever eat. So I mean, you could do whatever you want. It's just if you have the willpower and the determination to prove everybody else wrong and prove yourself right and make a point. So the whole thing about like, well, you can't train like that. Well, you can't do cardio like that. You can't work out like that. You can't eat like that. You can't. Well, technically I can, because I can do whatever I want. It's just a matter if I want to be able to do it that long. But that's what most people mean. You're not going to want to do that. You're not going to want to keep doing that for a very long time. I think that's what most people mean when they say that. But when they say you can't, say, well, let me prove to you I very much so can. But I get what people say when they say it. Anyways, I'm going to go eat. It's time to go outside the box. No reason to stay inside of it, guys. Go outside the box. If being inside the box works, then stay inside the box. But being inside the box doesn't work for me. I don't like being pigeonholed and being told what I can and cannot do and what does and does not work. It's not my style. I don't like that. Every program works. Every style works if you apply it 100%. But some work better than others. And some work for some and some don't work for others. It's a constant like... So I'm just going to train my face off. Right or wrong, I don't care. Bro science, no science, true science, I don't care. I just want to work really hard. I want to be sore. I want to be big. I want to be jacked. I want to be tan. I want all of it. So I'm going to do all of it. So that's the goal. I'm going to show y'all some really ugly form, some really ugly reps right here. I hope you guys are ready for this. If you're not sitting down, you might want to sit down, because this might take you back for a second. You might be like, what is that? No. That's not what all the other guys are saying to do. Why are you doing it like that? You're going to get hurt. Oh, I'll get hurt doing perfect form anyway, so what does it matter? I've proven that time and time again.
We're gonna do a drop on this. No rest pause. Do a drop set. No time to think about it. Let's make that muscle go numb. Let's make it go numb. How many reps? I don't know. Just whatever we can get. Oh man, I should have put some 10s on here instead of the 25s. I could have made smaller drops. That's okay. We'll take what we can get. Man, those little bitty baby reps at the bottom, those are what got me. The ones at the top feel good, but those ones at the bottom, those are the ones that really just crush it. Let's just shrug it. Why not? Why not? Let's just do that. Why? Because we can. Because we can. I'll tell you guys what I stopped doing. I stopped counting my reps on my top set. I'm gonna give y'all some bro science here. I don't count my top sets. Well, how do you know if you're progressing? Just train harder. Just go hard. Go as hard as you can. That's how you'll know. If you go hard enough, you're gonna progress. It's that simple. I do some weight for some reps. Now, I'll count my warm-up sets. I do 4 warm-up sets. For this, I did 12. I did 12, 12, 12. Well, I did 20, 12, 12, 12, warming up to this weight. This weight feels like a good weight because I did the two plates and a 25. So now I'm gonna do 3 plates. And I'm gonna rest pause this. So I'm gonna bang it for as many reps as I can get. Doesn't matter how many. And then I'm gonna breathe. Then I'm gonna do it again. And then I'm gonna breathe. And then I'm gonna do it again. And if I feel like that's not good enough, I'll do it again. If I don't feel like that's good enough, I'll do it again. I'll go until my back pretty much gives out from muscle fatigue and it goes numb, and I'm not even capable of feeling it contract or move because it's so incredibly numb. That's how. If you count your reps and you're like, I gotta get 12, and you get to 10, you might self-consciously overload yourself with the thought of like, I gotta get 12, and you barely get 12 when you are capable of doing 15 or 16. Now, if you're doing a progressive overload program, do the reps. If you have a trainer and he's telling you a certain rep range, do the rep range. If your program calls for it, do it. But if you're not, why be inside of a box? Your body doesn't know how many reps it's doing. It doesn't know, hey, buddy, you're supposed to do 12 reps and you did 14. Now we're overtrained. Well, way to go, John, or Kevin, or Steven, or David. Like, it doesn't know. You know what it knows? It knows stress. And your body wants to be capable of handling the stress that you apply to it. These might be ugly, these may not be perfect form, but you know what? I might just end up getting a perfect looking back from these unperfect looking reps. Now I'm gonna breathe for 10. All right, now let's get this back rolling.
I'm gonna breathe for 8. This is where the real work starts. This is where the work needs to be put in right here. How many reps? I don't know. I think I hit that growth rep. I think that's how many reps I did, the growth rep. You know, 1, 2, grow, 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 grow. That's the rep that I hit. Normally I'd be doing dumbbell rows after barbell rows and T-bar rows, but after barbell rowing like that and T-bar rowing like that, bending over and pulling some dumbbells, I mean, it's doable, don't get me wrong, but the 35s felt like I was pulling on a freight train. So it's like, be bent over some more or do something different. I decided to do something different. I do enough rowing motions, right? We do barbell rows, T-bar rows. We were doing dumbbell rows, machine rows. What other rows do we do? Hold on. We do wide grip pull downs, close grip pull downs. But anyways, besides the point. So I decided I'm gonna do some straight arm pull downs because the straight arm pull downs really gets the lats. It really gets it. But honestly, it depends on where you hold it as where you feel it. I like to go wide. I like the way it feels when I go wider. Now I can't keep my arms stiff because if I do, I feel it in my insertion where I had surgery. So I have to keep my arms bent a little bit. So my form is not perfect. It's really, really ugly, but that's okay. Because at the end of the day, the judges, when you compete in bodybuilding, they don't care what your form looked like, and they don't care how much weight you lifted. They don't care how many reps and sets you did, and they don't care how technically scientific your routine was. They only care about what you brought to the stage that day and the results. When you're on the beach, no one's looking at you and going, I bet that guy does absolutely perfect form in the gym. He looks like someone who uses a very good, perfect, scientifically researched program to develop his physique the way that he did. There's no way he's clanging and banging and slinging and throwing some weights around. There's no way. That's a scientifically built frame. Nobody cares. So, take it for what it's worth. All right. Let's see how many ugly reps I get. I guess this would be a good movement if you want to like be able to do a muscle up, because it's like the beginning part of a muscle up. See, I feel this in my erectoris, bacteris, thickeris muscle, which is that muscle that is being used to lift this, the thickeris, bacteris muscle. That's the scientific term. For all you science guys out there. It's right next to the what a sim one. Okay, now, oh, my back is on fire. That's not good enough, guys. In this gym, we train until we're numb. We don't go until it burns. We train until it's numb. Because that's the only true way to overtrain. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're getting somewhere now. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, it's happening. I can feel it. It's growing. It's growing. Now, just for fun, let's hit a superset.
Oh no, not behind the neck. Don't do behind the neck. Don't you know what will happen if you do behind the neck? The bar will go behind your head instead of in front. Let's burn it down, guys. Burn the whole entire city down.
Oh, that's a fried back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me turn around this way. Get under this light, maybe. One more from the back. Oh man, it probably looks like trash on camera. It always does, but that's okay. All right, that's it for back. Very simple, very hard routine. Now, I am going to train with my newest, latest, and greatest technology here. The Perfect Crunch. Guys, I saw the infomercial, and they promised a six-pack if you use the, let me explain to you guys the way this works. See, your head goes there, and your body goes there, and your hands go here, and look, it has a natural curvature crunching motion, which makes you perform the perfect crunch, emphasizing on the six-pack abdominal abs muscle, the washboard abs, the beach body abs, the Body by Jake, right? The Calvin Klein models, all with this simple device. You too can have the perfect six-pack. All you need is a perfect crunch. Now this thing was $30. It's the closest thing I could get to one of those little ab machines that I used to use in the gym. I love those machines, man. I love them. I love them so much. But the problem with those is they're like $1,500. Oh, I found one for $750, but $700 to like $1,500 to do crunches, just so I don't have to hold my neck while I do them. That's what that is. It just basically I don't want to hold my neck, so that's what this is. And then also it keeps your crunch even. So instead of going from like a full crunch to like this, which I think a lot of us are guilty of when we get tired of doing them, we start kind of like shortening up the range of motion to this little pitiful, like little rib roll cage thing. This just keeps you from doing that. And you can't really swing on it and cheat it up. So I'm gonna do a whole lot of these now. I think I'll be doing about maybe 250 perfect crunches for my perfect six pack. All right, I'm gonna get this taken care of, guys.
98, 999, 1,000. Oh, hey,
I didn't see you there. Yeah, just get my six pack going. I've done 65 reps. It is kicking the crap out of me. Holy crap, my abs are so weak, man. They are so weak, but it's okay because I got the perfect crunch. Let me show you guys this action here. You could go like this, right? Or you could go little half rippers, right? Or you could go all the way up to your knees, all right? Oh yeah, that's where the pain's at. But I got my legs propped up on the Stairmaster, so I know I'm going the same distance every single time. And I can make it more difficult, and I can put my legs on the ground straight, and that way I can just sit completely up. That's not happening anytime soon. Oh man, so I think I'm only going to be able to get about 100 of these, and then after this I'm going to do some reverse crunches and get those maybe, I don't know, 25, 50. I'll see what I can get, and then I'm going to do 10 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then that's it for the gym tonight. This is a lot more difficult than what I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. This whole thing is going to be so easy. I was wrong. I am weak. I am so incredibly weak.
Now that was some perfect crunches right there. I've done some crunches in my day. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have been around the block a time or two, and I have my experience in doing a crunch or two, but I have never, ever experienced quite a crunch like that. No, I like that little thing, man. It's 30 bucks on Amazon, and it's just a fun little thing to do. It's just something new to do. Like, it's just a change of pace. Do you need to do it? No. Is it necessary to buy it? No. But is it fun to use it? Yes, it absolutely is. And anything that can make something you hate fun, then it's worth the money. And I hate training my stomach. I've always hated training my stomach. I mean, I know there's some pretty avid abdominal people out there that are like, what's your favorite muscle to work? Abs. What other muscles do you like to work? Abs. What other muscles do you have? Abs. Abs are all, that's all they train. That's all they want. And like, that's great for those people that can do that. And they're just like solely driven on the burn and the crunch and the pain of training abs. But to me, it's just a pain to train abs. Like I absolutely hate training abs. Like it's never been something I've looked forward to. And having something that makes it fun to do is worth the $30 to do it. And also, like I said, it keeps every single rep symmetrical. So you'll know if you're getting fatigued and you start kind of like changing up the range of motion or shortening up your reps or your stroke, or it doesn't allow you to use a different plane of motion. It forces you to use the same plane of motion on every single crunch. And then on top of that too, it also allows you to gauge how far up you're going and how consistent you're being with every single rep on going up. And my thing is it necessary? No, that's not. It really isn't. It's just another tool in the toolbox, just like a barbell and about 400 pounds worth of weights. That's all you technically need to be a bodybuilder or a powerlifter. You can accomplish a lot with 400 pounds in a barbell. Especially if you have 400 pounds, a power rack, and a bench that can incline. If you have an incline flat bench, you have a power rack, 400 pounds, and a barbell, there is literally nothing you cannot do with that. You can train every single muscle group, and you can hit all of them consecutively and aggressively enough to grow and be strong. When I first started building my home gym, I had a universal Marcy bench press. On the back side, it was a squat rack, and on the front, it was a bench, and then you could also use it as a shoulder press. It had a leg curl, leg extension attachment, and that's it. So back side was for benching and shoulder press, and then the front side was for doing, on the back side it was for squats and shoulder press, and then the bench itself was for bench press, incline bench, decline bench, and then you had the leg extension, leg curl machine. That's all there was to it. I had that and 300 pounds of weights. That's what I first started with when I started my garage gym many, many years ago. I mean, it's been a long time. I can't even tell you how long. Probably, see, me and my wife's been together for 16 years, and I started building my home gym about a year after we got together. So I want to say 15 years. That's what I started with, and I accomplished a whole lot with that. Before I started buying dumbbells, and then a pull-up bar, and then a lateral pull-down, and then a pec deck, and then slowly built, and got a power rack and got rid of that. So that's honestly simplicity at its finest. So like I said, do you need a little floor ab cruncher thing? No. Do you need all the other fancy equipment that I have? Absolutely not. Do you need all the equipment in a commercial gym? Absolutely not. Does it help keep it fun and interesting? Absolutely it does. And that's the whole thing. You got to have fun with it. You don't have to. There's some people out there that don't need the joy of the workout and the excitement and the fun and the thrill of the pump. They just get in there and just zone out like a zombie and do what they have to do. And they're savages. They are just complete and utter savages and have 100% of my respect. I like to keep it fun. Whenever I was a powerlifter, I was like that. I just go blank monotone, like lift, I must lift. I must lift heavy weights to lift heavier weights. I pick up heavy things to pick up heavier things. There is no in or out or in between. This is what it is, and this is only what it is. I don't do that no more. I have fun with it. I enjoy myself. I have a good time when I'm in there, and I'm going to continue to have a good time when I'm in there. And I'm outside the box. And being outside the box is a whole lot more fun than being inside the box. I tell you that much. Unless there's a bear outside the box trying to eat you, then it's safer to be inside the box, which in this case, there is not. But I'm going to go ahead and make my protein shake. I'm going to end the video right here, guys. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.